So, hi everyone, and welcome to my channel The Funda. Today we are going to learn a new chapter, that is sequence and series. This chapter is there in 10th standard as well as in 11th standard. So, we will move from the basic things about this chapter and then we will go to the higher level things, and eventually you will be able to solve very tough questions very easily. So, let's move on. So sequence. So what is a sequence? Sequence is the ordered list of numbers. Okay, sequence is the ordered list of numbers. And series is the sum of those numbers. Sum of numbers. Okay. So if I say like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 up to 99. So this is a sequence. Okay. But if I say 10 plus 11 plus 12 plus 13 up to 99, this is a series. Okay, simple. And in a sequence, the order of the numbers matters. Okay, so if I say 10, 11, 12 and 13, this is a sequence. And if I say 13, 12, 11, 10, so these two sequences are different. Okay, these are not same. These are different. So this sequence is different from this. So order of the numbers matters. Okay. Now a sequence can have infinite number of terms. Okay. So if I say that 10, 11, 12, 99 up to, if I say infinity, this is also possible. There is also infinite sequence. Okay. So now we will move. Now we will look at a special kind of sequence that is known as arithmetic sequence. Okay. So we will move to another special kind of sequence. Okay, so this is another special kind of sequence. So in an arithmetic sequence, the difference between any two consecutive terms is same. Okay, difference between any two consecutive terms is same. So arithmetic sequence is also known as arithmetic progression. For example, if I say 28, 33, 43, sorry, 33, so if I say, for example, 28, 33, 38, 43, 48, 53, this is an arithmetic progression. Why? Because see, the difference here is 5. Similarly, the difference here is also 5. Everywhere the difference is 5. Okay, so that is why this sequence is an AP. So this is what we know about AP for now. Now we will move to a question, and from that question we will uh, learn many more things about AP. So the question is, the first term of an AP is 5. Okay, first term of AP is equal to 5. Sixth term is equal to 40. So the first bit is find the common difference. So one thing I didn't tell you, that is this, that the in an AP the difference between any two consecutive number is same, and that difference is known as the common difference. Okay, that is known as common difference. So this 5 here, This one is the common difference. Okay. So the first question is find the common difference. The second is find the formula for nth term. The last bit is find the okay. So you may pause the video and solve this question. Okay. So let's move to the solution. So to solve this question, we have to take a small example. Okay, then only we can solve this question. So what example we will take? We will take the example of a sequence. Okay, a arithmetic progression. We will take the example. So let us say the arithmetic progression is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 15, 17, 19, 21. Okay, so this is the arithmetic progression. This is the example I am taking. So you can see that the difference is 2 everywhere. Okay, the difference between two consecutive numbers is 2. Now, so if I am going to find a pattern here. So what is the pattern? What is the relation between the first term and any of the subsequent terms? So if I see here, to the first term that is 1, if I add the common difference that is 2, so let us say take it d. If I add it once, then I will get the second term. So to get the second term, I have to add 1 plus d, means I have to add d one time to the first term. So let me say that one time. To get the third term, see, I have to add d two times, means 2 plus 2, that is 4, 1 plus 4 equal to 5. So I have to add the common difference twice to the first term to get the third term. So to get the third term, 2 times d I have to add to the first term. Similarly for the fourth term. For the fourth term, I have to add d thrice. You can see here. For the fourth term, I have to add d thrice to the first term. So for the fourth term, I have to add d three times. So let us say another, let's say seventh term. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is the seventh term. So for the seventh term, how many times I have to add d? That is the common difference to the first term. So let us see that. So this is 1 time, this is 2 times, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have to add d 6 times to get the seventh term. To get the seventh term, 6 times d. So from here I can derive a pattern. So for second time I am adding d one time. For third term I am adding d two times. Fourth term three times. Seventh term six times. That means for nth term, from here I can get a pattern that let's say I am finding the nth term, then I have to add d n minus 1 times to the first term. Okay. So from here I got a pattern for AP that to get the nth term I have to add d n minus 1 times to the first term. So in our question, we were given the first term and we were given the sixth term. So how can we find the sixth term? We have to add first term plus n minus 1 times, that is 6 minus 1, 5 times d. So to the first term we have to add 5 times the common difference to get the sixth term. Okay, so the first term was 5. So in our question, so this is 5 plus 5 times, say d, I don't know the common difference, d equal to 40. From here we can get the common difference, 5d equal to 35 and d equal to 7. So we got the answer for our first bit, that is d equal to 7. From here we derived a means pattern, that is that how we can get the nth term of an AP, and we used that pattern to solve the first bit of this question. So the second bit is find the formula for nth term. So we already know the formula for nth term. Okay, we already know the formula for nth term. That is the first term. So nth term, we know that nth term equal to first term, say a, first term plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So the first term here is 5 plus n minus 1 times the common difference we found out in the first bit, that is 7. So the nth term is 5 plus n minus 1 into 7. So what is the answer? 5 plus 7n minus 7, which is equal to 7n minus 2. So this is the formula for nth term of the given AP. Okay. So what is the third bit? We have to find the 717th term. Okay. So for that we have to just substitute n with 717. So nth term means any term, say n, the term is 7n minus 2. So for 717 term, we will substitute n with 717. So answer is 7 into 717 minus 2. And I have found out the answer, that is 5017. Okay. So from here, we have learned a very important thing, that we have, from this question, we have found out the formula for nth term of an AP. Okay. So what is the formula for nth term of an AP? So nth term of AP is a plus n minus 1 d. A is the first term. So we are finding out the nth term, so that is n, and d is the common difference. Okay. So this is the formula for nth term of an AP. This you have to remember. A plus n minus 1 d. Nth term of an AP is a plus n minus 1 d. This is, you have to always remember to solve the questions of AP. So let's move to the next question. So the next question is, if A, B, C are in AP, A, B, C are in AP, and K is a number, constant number, constant. So you have to tell if A into K, comma B into K, comma C into K are in AP or not. You have to also justify your answer. Okay. So you may pause the video and think about this, the solution of this question. Okay. So what is the definition of AP? From the definition we know that in an AP the difference between any two consecutive terms is same. Okay. The difference between any two consecutive terms is same. So so if in this new AP, if the difference between the two consecutive terms will be same, then only this new thing will be an AP. Okay. So what does that mean? So if this is the difference is D1, say D1, and this difference is D2. If we can prove that D1 equal to D2, then this whole thing will be in AP. Okay, this whole sequence will be in AP. So first, what we are given that A, B, C are in AP. That means B minus A is equal to some constant equal to D, and C minus B is also equal to the same constant, that is D. This is the definition of AP. So now we will find the difference of the two consecutive terms of our new sequence. We don't know if it is AP or not. So the new difference will be BK minus AK. Okay, so this is D1. D1 equal to BK minus AK. D2 equal to the difference equal to CK minus BK. So this will be equal to, if I take K common, it will be equal to B minus A, and here if I take K common, it will be equal to C minus B. We already know that B minus A is D. So this from here we know that. Okay. So this here I can write it is D, and C minus B is also equal to D. So this will be equal to K into D, and this is also equal to K into D. So you can see that D1 and D2 both are equal to K into D. Okay. So these two are equal. So D1 equal to D2. That means the new sequence is in AP. So this you can remember that if to an AP you multiply the same constant number to all the terms of the AP, then the new sequence will also be in AP, and the common difference will be K times that the constant times the common difference of the old AP, previous AP. Okay, so this you can also remember. So let's move to the next question. This is the question number 3. So we are given that in an AP, first term is 42, last term is minus 138, and common difference is minus 10. So the first bit is find the formula for nth term, and next we have to find how many terms are there in the sequence. So you may pause the video and think about the solution to this question. Okay, so the answer to this question is, so we already know that the nth term of this any AP will be the first term plus n minus 1 times the common difference. So we already know the first term, that is 42, plus n minus 1 times the common difference. Common difference is minus 10. So this is the nth term. So this will be equal to 42 minus 10n plus 10. So it will be 52 minus 10. Okay. So this is the formula for the nth term of the P. So let's move to the next bit. Okay. So we have to find the number of terms. So we already know the formula for nth term, that is 52 minus 10n. So this is, we have to equate this to minus 138, because minus 138 is the last term. So the if last term is 19th term or 20th term or 15th term, then we can know that there are 15 terms, total 15 terms in the sequence. If I say that last term is 10th, last person is 10th person, so there are obviously 10 persons in the sequence, in the row. So similar concept here we can apply. So it is equal to minus 138. So from here we will find the value of n. So this is 52 plus 138 equal to 10n. So this is 190 equal to 10n. So n equal to 19. Okay. So this is the total number of terms in the sequence. So now we will move to the next question. So if A, B, C are in AP, arithmetic progression, prove that, we have to first prove that two B equal to A plus C. This you have to prove. The next question is A square minus BC, B square minus AC, comma C square minus AB. Are they in AP or not? Okay, you have to tell me this. So you may pause the video and think about the solution. Okay, so the solution to this question is the first bit we have to say that 2b equal to a plus. So we already know that a, b, c are in AP. That means from the definition of AP, b minus a is equal to c minus b. That is the common difference, the difference between two consecutive terms. By rearranging it, we will get 2b equal to a plus c. That is what we are asked, and this is our required solution. And also from here we can say b equal to a plus c by 2. Okay, this we can say. So let's move to the next bit. So we are asked if a square minus bc, b square minus ac and c square minus ab, if this is a AP or not. So like we solved the previous question, let this one is D1 and let this one is D2. Okay, so we have to prove that D1 equal to D2 so that this whole sequence will be in AP. So first let us find D1. D1 equal to B square minus AC minus A square minus BC. Okay, so it will be B square minus A square minus AC plus BC. Okay, you know the formula for a square minus b square or b square minus a square. That is a square minus b square is equal to a minus b into a plus b. Okay, a square minus b square equal to a minus b into a plus b. It is the sum of the terms and the difference of the terms. So b square minus a square will be equal to this b square minus a square. This will be equal to b minus a into b plus a. Okay, and from this whole term I will take c common. So plus c into b minus a. So from here, so from that equation, the previous equation, I will take, so what was the previous equation? It was b minus a into b plus a plus c into b minus a. From here I will take b minus a common. Okay, so b minus a common. If I take b minus a common, then it will be a plus b plus c. Okay, so this is equal to d1. We already know that b minus a is the common difference of the previous AP, that is ABC. So let us take it d. So this one, let us take it as this whole thing as d. So d1 equal to d into A plus B plus C. Now we have to find D2. So it is D2 equal to C square minus AB minus B square minus AC. Okay, this is D2. So from here you can rearrange it. C square minus B square minus AB plus AC. So again the formula for A square minus B square is A minus B into A plus B. So C square minus B square, it is C square minus C minus B into C plus B. And this is, if I take A common, it will be C minus B. Okay. From this whole equation, I will take C minus B common. So it will be C minus B into A plus B plus C. Okay. So C minus B is D. We already know the common difference from A, B, C are in AP. So it is equal to D into A plus B plus C. So we got that D1 is D into A plus B plus C, and D2 is also D into A plus B plus C. So D1 equal to D2. So the whole thing is in AP. Okay. So this we have found out. From the last question, we got to learn something very important. That if three numbers, that is A, B, C, are in AP, then B is equal to A plus C by 2. Okay. B is the mean of A plus A and C. That is B equal to A plus C by 2. And so from here we can say that if ABC are in AP, then B is the arithmetic mean of A and C. Okay. So we will solve another question. If ABC are in AP, if I add a constant K to every term of this AP, okay, add constant K to every term, prove that the new sequence is also an AP. So you may pause the video and think about the solution to this question. Okay, so the answer is, we know that the previous AP is ABC. Now the new AP is A plus K, comma B plus K, comma C plus K. So how we will find the, if these three are in AP, so if the difference here is D1, if this is D2, if D1 equal to D2, then the whole sequence will be in AP. So what is D1? It is B plus K minus A plus K. So K and K will be cancelled. It will be K will be subtracted from K. So the difference D1 will be equal to B minus A, which is equal to D, the common difference. Similarly, if I subtract C minus K from B minus K, if I subtract C minus K minus B minus K, then I will get the K will again be cancelled and we will get B minus C. So D2 equal to C minus B, which is equal to D. So here we saw that D1 equal to D2. So the whole sequence is in AP. Okay. So we have already proved it. So this was it for this class. And in the next class, we will learn about inserting arithmetic means between two numbers, and also we will learn about the sum of the numbers of an arithmetic progression. So till then, bye.